welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you with a very natural, neutral look in honor of Earth Day. So I decided to go with earth tones. So all my eyes are very browns and bronze, and I have a pink shimmer on my lid. These are all colors using MAC and the Naked 1 and 3 palette. On my cheeks is a very bronzy, shimmery color. On my lips is a nude, a pinky nude lip. I will be listing all of the products that I use in the description bar below. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to know how I achieve this look, please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, ladies. Okay, y'all, so let's get started. So I've already primed my eyes with MAC's Paint Pot and Soft Ochre. I am now going in with Soft Brown by MAC as my first transition color. Windshield wiper motion. I hope you ladies can see it. I was not completely in focus, and in an effort to make this video as short as possible, you're going to see that the video is kind of choppy. So I'm going from one thing to another kind of fast. So I'm just blending Soft Brown in as my first transition color. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next transition color, and that's going to be Folie by MAC. And I'm going to lay that right under Soft Brown, right into my crease. And this is where I'm going to start to build up my crease. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Naked 3 palette, and I'm going to pick up the color Nooner. And I'm going to use that as another transition. Unfortunately, that didn't record. So that was my third transition color. I'm now going into my NMV color. And I started off using Dark Horse out of the Naked 1 palette. Didn't really like it. I didn't want another shimmer in my outer V. I had already laid down my lid color, which was Trick out of the Naked 3 palette. So I chose to go with Embark for my outer V. So I'm just going to lay that down now. I believe I'm using a Sigma brush. It's either a Sigma or a, I forget the name, a Morph brush. But I'll put all the products that I'm using as well as the names in the description bar below. That is definitely a Sigma brush. That's the E40. So I am blending. Okay, so I am now going in with rice paper as my brow bone highlight. And I am just going to apply that right under my brows and drag it down. I think that's like the go-to brow bone highlight of choice for most. And I happen to like it, actually. Gives you a nice little shimmer. So that is laid. What I skipped is I went back into my transition with a little bit more of Nooner from the Naked 3. Just to build it up a little more. I lost some of the color when I laid down Embark and I blended that out. So if you should happen to lose any color, just go back in and replace it. So that's what I got so far. Still working on it. I'm going to go back in to my lid color. I lost some of that as well, and that was Trick. And just reapply a little bit more of that. Okay, so I applied my lashes on off camera, and now I am using my MAC Prep and Prime in Peach Luster to get rid of those dark circles around my eyes
and then darkness around my mouth. And I have a little dark spot on the side of my face. I actually burned my face with a curling iron. What? Anyway, so yeah, I'm just blending it out. Okay, so now that I have this all blended out, I am now going to move on to foundation. And I use Kat Von D. I love this foundation. I'm going to take it on my Sedona Lace flat top kabuki brush. I swear by this brush. And I'm just going to place it all over my face and blend it in. Make sure you get around and under your chin. I don't take it down my neck. I just don't have time for that. Okay, so I've already put down my highlight, and I use the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer in the color SX11. And I sprayed my sponge with my good old MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to blend that in. So that's all blended in. I contoured my nose a little bit, not much. I think we need to have a spanky moment. Hey, Spanksters. So here I am going to start setting my under eye highlight, and what I'm going to be using is banana powder. I don't use a sponge, I use a brush. As I said in my previous video, I am a woman of a certain age and I do not need this powder to settle in the fine line, so I just use the sweeping method. So I just kind of stroke it on, I brush and sweep it across wherever I lay that highlight. I already laid down my contour. I use MAC's Blunt with my NARS Ita brush and sweep it up. K 24/7 Glide On pencil, I believe that's the name of it. Don't quite remember. I got it in my Ipsy bag this month. And when I tell y'all this pencil is the business, what? I love it. It goes on like butter. Like I feel like I need to go out and get every single color. Yeah, so love it. Go out and get it if you don't have it. A little bit of, what's the name of the color? Trick. Yeah, I took a little bit of Trick out of the Naked 3 palette and put it under my waterline. That's the same color that I added to my mobile lid. And the color that I use is also out of the Naked 3 palette, and it is the color Strange. So it's the first color in the palette, and it's like an ivory color. Had too much on my brush, so I have to kind of brush some of it off, but that's the color that I used. What are we looking for? Contour powder. So I'm going to go over the blunt that I used to contour my cheeks with a little bit of this sleek contour. This is the contour palette in medium. So I'm going to sweep it across my cheeks, around my forehead, around my jawline, to add some dimension back to my face, because in case y'all didn't notice, I got a big forehead. Yeah. So I'm going to go on with Sleek. It's a blush, and it's called Sahara, and it's like a brownish, reddish, burnt orangey color. It's really pretty. Got a little bit of sparklies in it, a little bit of shimmer. So yeah. Okay, so I'm adding my finishing powder, and I am in love with Ben Nye's powder in Nutmeg. That's what I use to set my entire face. I am taking my big fluffy powder brush, that's by Sigma, and I literally dust my entire face, even where I added my highlight. I like to mute it just a little bit, especially on the sides of my temples where you kind of drag that highlight up. I don't like that obvious light mark on the side of my temple, so this powder really helps to mute that that out for me. Or color, so I just add a little whatever was left on the brush. That's what I used. This is a NARS Pierre Hardy highlighter. It's a blush with a highlight. It's an orangey, burnt orange blush with gold shimmer in it. So I use it as a blush and highlight. It kind of kills two birds with one stone. But I'm also going to go over that with my WonderWoman compact, and I'm going to use that pink color at the bottom and just lightly dust the the highest point of my cheekbones, just to give it a little bit more shimmer. This face is all about earth tones, and you know it's spring, so dewy skin is in. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that gold powder and run it down my nose, put a little bit on the tip of my nose, not much, and dust it off. Okay, so I'm just applying mascara to my bottom lashes using a Lorac mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. It was in a gift set that was gifted to me by a really good friend of mine. Hey, Rashawn, if you're watching, thank you, girl. This is part of my birthday gift, and I am in love with this mascara. It goes on. It looks wet when you put it on, but it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so now on to lips. I am lining my lips with Chestnut, one of my favorite liners of all times. That's classic. Like, if you're African American, when you went to the MAC counter back in the day when MAC first came out, that was the go-to liner for every woman of color. I didn't care what color lipstick you were wearing, you were lining your lips with Chestnut. It was crazy. So this is a Lancome color. Absolutely love this lipstick. I don't remember the name of it though, but I love it. I got it from Ulta, I believe. Yeah, love, love, love this color. It goes on very, very smooth. It doesn't dry matte, but it doesn't dry the way it looks. I mean, it looks very shiny and shimmery. It kind of dries as a semi matte. I'm gonna go over that with Vino, which is my second favorite liner, just to give it a little bit of color, um, so that it doesn't look so dull and flat with the chestnut. Um, just to add a little bit of pop of color. I love Vino. I will wear Vino liner with every lipstick. It's almost like chestnut. I love Vino. So just dab the lips off to make sure you don't get any lipstick on your teeth. And there it is. I know I look kind of weird doing that, right? That's it. That is the final finish product. Yeah, I love it. It's nice and sparkly. It looks dewy.